there. So today we're going to read together Hugless Douglas, and this is a story about a big bear who goes looking for a hug. Let's get started. One spring morning, a big yawn came from the back of a deep, dark cave. It was young brown bear, and his name was Douglas. "I need a hug," said Douglas. So he wiggled out of his pajamas, he brushed his hair and put on a scarf and went to look for one. My best hugs are big, thought Douglas. So he went up to the biggest thing he could find, wrapped his arms all the way around and gave it a big squeeze. It didn't feel quite right. "Oh," Douglas grunted. "It's a bit too heavy." My best hugs are tall, thought Douglas. So he went up to the tallest thing he could find. He hugged around the bottom. He hugged around the middle. And he hugged as high as he could reach. But it was all wrong, and it had splinters. Ouch! My best hugs are comfy, thought Douglas, and he trotted towards a cozy-looking bush. He cuddled the bush, but something felt very odd. The leaves quivered and trembled. Can you see the eyes? Whose eyes are they? What's happened? And it ran away. Poor Douglas. "Give us a hug," cried Douglas. "No," baaed the sheep. "We're too busy." He scooped up an arm full of sheep and tried to cuddle them gently, but they kicked and squirmed and they didn't like it at all. Poor Douglas. "Why can't I find a hug?" he said. "Hoo-hoo, if I want a hug," said the wise owl, "I sit in my tree and..." "Let me try," whooped Douglas, and he scrambled up next to the owl. But he soon found himself in a clumsy muddle. "Twit-a-woo," said the owl crossly. "I only wanted a hug," sniffed Douglas. "Perhaps there's one down here." Oh, down in the rabbit hole, look. He felt something long-eared and rabbity, and he gave it a tug. Douglas could tell the rabbit didn't want a hug. He sniffed again, and without thinking, wiped his nose on the fluffy end. "Excuse me," shouted the rabbit. "Put me down." Poor Douglas. "But I need a hug," said Douglas, "and I can't find one anywhere." "Oh, I see," said the rabbit kindly. "Come with me." Oh, he's going to help Douglas find a hug. He took Douglas by the paw and led him round and about. At last they came to a deep, dark cave where sleepy someone was just waking up. What's in there? Douglas peeped inside and had the funniest feeling that he knew someone very well. "Hug?" asked Douglas, and ran as fast as he could towards his Mom. There he is. "Come to think of it, my best hugs are from someone I love," said Douglas, and he snuggled into the biggest, warmest arms he knew. Now, this is my favorite part of the page, kids. Have a look here. We've got a sandwich hug. So can you try these at home? A good night hug, an upside down hug, a shy hug. What about a falling down hug? Or a don't let go hug? Or maybe when we all get back to school, we can have a big group hug. But while you're waiting, you can do a back to front hug, a solo hug, a tummy hug, a daisy chain hug. What about a big hug? Or a come and get it hug? Or, what about this one? That's a funny one. All right, kids. Well, I hope you liked the book. That was Hugless Douglas. And we'll have some more books coming. Bye.